Wait a minute.
Hello, everybody. It's Sharon Taylor, CEO and founder of the Business Vision and Development Center. And today on Bagels and Business for Breakfast, we are going to talk. Remember, it's Q3. We're going to talk about milestones and timelines. Right, Yvonne?
Yes. Yes, we are.
And we talked about the goal setting prep, and I said that I was going to be the example, that Yvonne is going to help me do my goal setting. So I did do my homework, and I have my goals and things that I want to accomplish July, August, September during Q3, and I need to put them in some kind of logical order. So I have the milestones and I need help with the timelines. So why don't you talk about milestones a little bit? Yvonne, timelines is easier because we know timelines, calendar, but let's talk about what milestones really are.
Yes. So milestones are very important to help you to reach that goal. So without having those milestones in place, Sharon, the goal that you wrote down would be the same goal you'd be looking at in Q4. And that is what we do now want. So our milestones help us to continue to move forward, because you're going to determine what milestones you actually need in order to meet that goal. What things that you have to do to meet your goal, Sharon. So can you remind us of what the goal is, Sharon?
Okay, the goal is to launch my new and improved website October 1st, beginning of Q4. So I need to start on it in Q3.
Okay. So with that being Sharon's goal, Sharon had to determine, what did that mean? What things do you have to do? And those are those milestones. It may be people you had to contact. It may be something that you had to purchase. And that's what Sharon gets to share with us today, about the milestones that she came up with to make sure that she launches that website at her determined time.
Lord, and that list just every time I think about it, the list gets longer, but at least I'm focused on the goal. Mm-hmm. And I know what I need to reach it, no matter how long those list of milestones. But the first milestone was to set up the appointment with my web developer and my branding expert. And so I want to give a shout out to Toluca Studio, who on Instagram, Facebook, she does all of my branding, logo, colors, everything. So I set up a meeting to talk with her about getting my new website up and running. So once I did that, Yvonne, that was the number one milestone. And within that milestone, and I'm gonna stop there while you put a pin in it. Go ahead.
Yes, because that was your first milestone, right?
Yes.
However, just want to help everybody to understand that there was some work that you had to do before you even made that call. Right. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. I just wanted to bring that out to help people understand why you're thinking, because you may have to write your milestones down. Then you may have to prioritize with those which milestones need to take place in what order. And I just wanted them to hear that you did have to do some work, because you couldn't just request that meeting and not know what you wanted to do.
So before I requested the meeting, I looked at my calendar to see availability. I wrote down on an agenda mandatory things that I want on my website. So when I scheduled it, I asked her when she's available, gave her my dates. And then I also sent her some bullets of some non-negotiables or things I really want my website to do so that when we meet, it won't be a meeting of just, okay, what are we doing and why are we here? And it gives her time to research and give me options. And I'm not going to take you in a deep dive onto colors and patterns and all of that. But that is pretty much how I decided my milestone. My timeline, now I'm gonna get into timelines. This is where she's gonna have to help me because this is a collaborative effort.
Yes.
Depending on what she has to do, how much work goes into it, and knowing, and I told her my deadline was October 1st, that's going to drive the timeline. So that's how I went about my milestones and my timelines. Would you like to add to that, Yvonne? Was I in sync?
Oh, you've done such an awesome job. I just want to help share that and to give people something to think about with the timeline. So you came up with your deadline, and then so we have to know where we're going.
Right.
Get there, come up with the date that you needed to be there, and then work your way back to those other dates that are necessary to help you to meet. So it's kind of like you went forward, then you had to come back because you had to know this is your ultimate deadline, October. But again, because you're working with someone else as well, you have to be able to coordinate that schedule, put down the dates, the task if you have to, of what you planning to get done. Let that be part of your timeline chart, and that way everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows when it's due, and everybody helps to meet the goal.
And nobody is surprised. And I am a firm believer in bullets and task lists and checking things off. As I check things off, there is such a feeling of accomplishment. And this goes back to why I recommend writing. You know, we can put it in our phone, but it's something about writing, going back to that list and checking that thing off that gives you such a sense of accomplishment. So, and the fact that writing, it seals it on your psyche. It's like boop, a stamp there, always blinking like a flashing light. So,
Yeah.
so I did my milestones. I did my timelines. Next step, execution, people. Execution. So, Yvonne, how you got goals too? How you moving along? Let's not just focus on me.
Yes. Look, no, everything we talked about, I'm doing it too. We are working on these goals, got the timeline set, and working. Look, I don't think we did too much celebrating over the holiday. We were still working, if I recall.
We worked, we talked about it, and we talked about working while we were working. So thank you for joining us on Bagels and Business for Breakfast.
Yeah.
Next time you see us, I will have executed some of my milestones and met some of my timelines. Remember though, my ultimate goal is to launch 1 October. So I have July, August, and September for my milestones and my timelines. And I want to push that button 1 October with my new website. So we'll see you next week. Bagels and Business for Breakfast, 7 a.m.
Blessed week.